everyone, welcome to August 8th. So we have a wonderfully rainy day outside, and so I'm not sure. This morning our doula is coming over, and I've never had a doula before. I don't know anything about really any of it, and so I'm excited / nervous. I was going to have somebody come take the kids for a walk and stuff, but it's so rainy that we're not going to do that. So it's going to be a little bit of a juggle this morning with not a whole lot to record. But this morning when I worked out, I watched, so there's really like 3 categories of things I watch on YouTube. I watch bookish things mostly, some homeschool stuff, and some running stuff. And so this morning it was mostly homeschool and running stuff, or people that you've already seen. So most of the people, there are a couple channels that do both running and reading, and I love that. So there's a couple, you've seen a couple of those, and there's one more today. So that is the morning. So we just, both of us are picking new shorts now, and we got Walmart delivery, we got groceries to unload, breakfast to be made, all the things. So today it might be a shorter vlog, but I did finish last night Shirley and Jamila Save Their Summer, and I'm going to give this like 3.5 stars. This is a graphic novel about 2 girls who both just want a little more freedom from their summer. So they really want a little more freedom for their summer, and they figure out a way. Jamila's new in town. Shirley is really more interested in like amateur sleuthing than having friends, and so their moms come together and decide that as long as they stay together, they can go within a certain perimeter and they can hang out together at this basketball court. So Jamila's happy because she can play basketball. Shirley's happy because she can kind of amateur sleuth, and they end up helping some friends who had their backpacks stolen from the pool, and that is outside of the perimeter. So there's some problems there. There's the whodunit with the like pool theft, and yeah. So I will say there is a small trigger for childhood cancer in this. This is not like an overly emotional book. It's not really a sad thing, but there's definitely that in there that I was kind of caught off guard by. And overall, this was fine. It wasn't the best thing I've ever read, but it was fine. I think there's at least one more. I don't really have the desire to continue reading, but it was fine. So that is that. Today I'm going to start this Fenway Foul-Up Ballpark Mysteries. This David A. Kelly writes a lot of sports middle grade, and we really love them. They're really good for like 1st, 2nd grade. Well, it depends on the level of the reader. I'm not sure. I would say these are probably 2nd, maybe 3rd grade. I don't know. But everyone is set in an MLB ballpark, and we love baseball, and so we're really loving the MVP series, and this I think is going to be kind of similar, just a little bit more mysterious maybe. So I'm going to read this today. I'm also reading The Lost Story, which is upstairs, but I'm listening to it mostly on audio, and I'm really enjoying it. It is a fantastical, like it's a Chronicles of Narnia retelling, but it's a contemporary book with a fantastical setting, kind of like Meg Schaefer just does fantasy in a way that I can handle it, because it's like a contemporary book where contemporary characters are thrown into a situation that is fantastical, and they react just like I would. And so, long story short, these 2 boys went missing when they were young, and for 6 months they were missing in a forest, and then they were found unharmed, perfectly healthy, actually stronger than when they went in. One has no memory of what happened, and the other does, and he's like now taken to his career. It's like 30 years later or something, and his career is finding lost people. So this woman comes to him and says, "Hey, my sister's lost, and she's actually in that same forest where you were. Can you help me find her?" He says no at first, and then says yes, and the 2 boys come back together now as adults to help find this girl, and it's a fantastical world. I don't want to say too much more. The one thing that I haven't commented on is there's this like, first of all, there's emphasis on the color red, which is interesting, and I'm not sure how that's going to come to play. But there's also a like breaking of the fourth wall, where there's like a storyteller that's talking about fairy tales and stuff. And I'm not sure that I like that. Normally, I don't like when an author breaks the fourth wall, but I'm kind of growing, like it's kind of growing on me. So if you've read it, let me know what you think about that element. I'm like 40% of the way through, so probably won't finish that today. I'm feeling really just like irritable and grouchy, and so I don't know if a day of like doing very little is the solution, or a day of like productivity. I'm not really sure. We don't have anything on the schedule except for the doula. It's going to be from 10 to 12, so it's going to be kind of a long visit and take up the majority of our morning. So I'm not sure exactly how the day will look, but hang out with me and you'll find out when I do. Okay, she has finished another book, Salma Makes a Home, by Danny Ramadan, I think. And what was this one about?
A girl, and she had moved from Damascus, I think, and I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. And
Was it from Syria? Where
yeah.
did she move from Syria, maybe? Okay.
And her father did not move with them. So it was just her and her mother. She has no sisters, no brothers. She's the only kid. And she is just trying to find a way to make her dad comfortable in that new city. They're in Canada. And he feels like it's kind of a long ways from home.
So did her daddy come
Yes.
eventually?
Yeah. And then he came on a plane, and they're trying
Okay,
to
stop moving the book, sweetheart. You're making everybody seasick.
help him just get comfortable to Canada.
Okay.
And
What would you rate
help
it?
him in English.
Okay.
So I'll rate it 4 or 5.
Okay. Let's pick your next card. Go ahead.
Annie.
Just a second, please. Okay, go ahead, Ainsley girl. You got an 8, which is a book in a series. So, what would you like to read? We'll be right back and let you know. Okay, she's just going to continue with this series. Selma writes a book. So, this is number 2, and we'll see what she thinks of it. Hey everyone, it is later in the day and it's still just gloomy out, but this morning actually worked out really good. So we had the doula appointment and we played in the garage, like we sat in the driveway kind of and played in the garage, and my kids painted, read, did all the things, played with sidewalk chalk because our driveway was all wet. And if you guys ever like need gel chalk, you dip it in water and it like makes it super cool. So the fact that the driveway was wet made the chalk extra cool, a little extra messy, but extra cool. So yeah, did that and met with the doula until it started raining, and then we came in and did that and just kind of made a whole plan for birth and all of that. So that was fun. And then ate lunch and took rest time, and I read some of this Ballpark Mysteries. I'm a couple chapters in, and so far I think it's something my daughter will really like. So that, and it's a lot of Fenway stuff, so really fun there. And then I listened to The Lost Story, which is still upstairs, and I'm too lazy to go get it because this morning I took a small tumble and hurt my leg. Like my leg is just sore. And so, yeah, I'm like being a blob, a potato tonight. And anyway, so I listened to some of The Lost Story, and it's definitely getting a little more fantastical than I typically like. I'm like 80% of the way through, so a good chunk of the way through, and we're finding out more about what happened to these boys while they were in the woods, and it's just very, very fantastical. I don't want to tell you a whole lot. Like I said, I've not read Chronicles of Narnia, so I'm not exactly sure where all the if there's parallels or what the parallels are, but the fantastical, like going into the wardrobe, going into the forest, that's a clear parallel. So there's that. And then, yeah, I don't know. Right now we are getting the endless saga. I have not shown you guys like a before and after of our house because it's never ending. We're currently getting the gutters put back on, and so that is fun. My poor little 2-year-old, she is like traumatized from, we got a new roof, we got our house painted, and just the noise and the people outside and stuff. She's a little bit traumatized. So this evening, I don't know, I think I'm going to make spaghetti and hope my kids eat it. My kids, 2 out of 3 love noodles. One of them will not eat noodles. And so I don't know what we'll do. I usually, if I serve something that I know one of them doesn't like, I will do like yogurt and fruit as a side. And so I'll probably do that, some yogurt and strawberries or something. I don't know. And yeah, so it's going to be just a chill evening. Actually, I just had our babysitter come over. We have one beloved babysitter. Well, if you've been here a while, we had one that we loved, and she went away to college. And so now this summer we found another one that we love, and we don't use babysitters very often, but she goes back to school Monday, and so I'm like kind of panicked and want to use her as much as possible. So she came over for an hour this afternoon, and I'm going to edit. I did a little editing this morning, but it was so cute. I was editing a video that actually you'll see the same day as you see this. So I don't know which will come first, but the video with me and my husband, and the whole time my little 2-year-old is just saying, "Hi Dad, hi Dad, hi Dad," and like doesn't realize that he's not actually there and can't hear her. But so I edited a little bit, but then it was like too hard to hear her and that. So did that. Yeah, and so I'm going to finish editing that and start planning, because I normally film Saturdays or Sundays, depending whatever day is more available in our schedule. And so this week, I think I'm going to attempt Saturday, and I think I'm going to try to film my most anticipated for September. And that one is really long and hard to film and to research, but I love it, and you guys seem to love it. And so I'm going to start some research on that and just kind of enjoy being able to have like thought for the next hour while we've got the babysitter. So that is everything for today. Probably nothing vloggable going on. I don't think I'll finish this, because as much as I want to just kind of sit and read this, I'm going to try to get other stuff done while I've got an extra set of hands. And I probably will finish the Lost Story after bedtime tonight, but I'll tell you about it tomorrow. So that is everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.